Hello again, everyone. Welcome back. Well, today we're looking at an interesting cigar. I was quite impressed with the first several samples. This is the Tatuaje LLE Capa Especial. Now, this cigar, all right, first of all, is 6 3/4 by 42, and there's your density. This cigar came out in a very limited release in 2011. It was called the NHC Selection Limited Capa Especial, and very limited, only 1,400 or so cigars produced. The LLE in the name stands for Limited Lonsdale Extra. And it was a store exclusive, is why it was so few new Havana cigars, so few cigars produced. The cigar uses an Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper, Nicaraguan binder and filler. As I said, it's 6 3/4 by 42. And it's made by the My Father's Cigars factory in Esteli. Now, that's the long and the short of it. It's just interesting because there's so much time difference between when it was first released and now. The blend is the same. The band is different, which if you knew about the band back then, doesn't matter. It's different now, but this is what the band looks like now. Pete has changed the bands a little bit, but regardless, gotta say the first several samples I had was pretty impressive. So let's hope this one holds up, and let's talk about the new Tatuaje LLE Capa Especial. Personally, I would call this a Lancero, but if Pete wants to call it a Lonsdale, it's okay. It's a very small, thin cigar. All right. Good draw, touch of firmness, just about like you like. Yeah. Well, interesting flavors to start with: cedar, apple, brown sugar, caramel, nutmeg, black coffee, but it's light at the base. It's just the base flavor. Black pepper at about 7.5. So that's how you start. It's an interesting start, and be honest with you, I expect it to change a little bit, but we've got to let it play out. So let's see what we have in the first third. That's not a bad start. First third, and the cigar is about like it started. The apple flavor is almost like a little bit reminiscent of a crab apple. So you got a little cedar, crab apple, we'll call it. At this point, the caramel notes are a little light, but they sort of work with the nutmeg. So you sort of have that combination going, and there is some brown sugar. And as I said before, the light black coffee base. It might be a little more noticeable now. The finish is actually where you notice the light caramel more, sort of caramel and nutmeg, with modest lingering black pepper, average maybe. But the cigar is very, very tasty and actually getting a much better burn time than I thought we would at this point. I've got right at 4 inches left, and I got 33 minutes out of the first third. Again, going glacially slow, but I would rate the score 93. First third 93, very good. And apparently going to be hard to find. I found a few places online that have them, but these have been out about a month, so they go fast. So let's play it out, see what we have in the second third. End of the second third. Not burning perfectly, but I expect that to even out. Now, as you can tell, I've removed the lower band, but I'll let it sit here and even out on its own. But the cigar has actually ticked up a little bit. It's improved. The sweetness is coming out. There's now a little citrusy influence with that cedar and crabapple. So you got a lot of nice tangy citrusy flavors. And the brown sugar is still there. The coffee is actually elevated. It's a little bit of an earthiness now. Caramel notes are still light, but they're there. The pepper seems to have improved. The finish is sort of a little of that citrus that's over there on the front end with the caramel, nutmeg, improved lingering black pepper. So the cigar has just made a little slight improvement here in the middle section. I would raise it to 94 because the sweetness is much more intense, and it works well. All the little flavors work well together. Nice little cigar. And I thought the first third, because there's so much I do, you don't see it, but that I have to put together in that first section, I thought maybe it was just me going slow, but I've had a lot of time here to smoke the second third and got right at 30 minutes out of it. So it's just burning nice and slow, which is one thing that's always good. So let's see what we have in the final third. Down to the end. So let's wrap it up. Cigar pretty much held serve on this final third. Still very sweet. There are little elements of toffee now. It's a nice sweet cigar. I just realized that we didn't talk about the strength. It's been medium bodied from the outset to about now. It's medium to full. So call it medium first third, medium second third, medium to full now. Same notes are there. I can definitely get the cedar. I can get the crabapple. I can get the light citrus, the brown sugar, the nutmeg, and the black coffee, which is at a good amount, not too much. Finish is very much like it was in the second third, so I'll call it unchanged. But this has been a very good cigar, and if you get a chance or run across them, really you ought to try them. Of course, the burn time in the second third is a little less, but it always is. In the final third, because it always is in the final third, because you've got to hold something in your mouth. But we got a good burn time, an hour 27 minutes out of this little cigar. That's pretty good. Final third, I would hold it at 94. It's good. I enjoyed it a lot, and the overall score is 93.67. So this is a cigar worth looking forward, seeking out. Tatuaje, by and large, has good cigars, and I found this one to be very good. So there you have it. The new re-release, and it is a new cigar, the Tatuaje LLE Capa Especial, 93.67.